The Science, Technology and Innovation Minister, Dr. Nzimande, has warned high school teachers to do away with moving mathematics learners to mathematical literacy just to raise the school's pass rate. He says one of the ways to upskill young people and ultimately address youth unemployment is, of course, to ensure that the majority of learners do access high-quality maths and science education at foundation level. Nzimande was speaking at the launch of the 2025 National Science Week in Pretoria today under the theme Science, Technology and Innovation are for everyone. SABC News reporter Nzimande Mthethwa has the details.
The Minister has concluded the launch of the National Science Week, and speaking to learners and teachers, he has encouraged them to take on science and mathematical subjects all the way to matrics, and for learners to consider careers in science and technology, talking about those opportunities that are available and accessible to young people. He joins us now to talk and discuss some of the challenges that exist in schools. Minister, great initiative by all means, but Minister, why do you think that teachers are not really encouraging learners to take maths and science, particularly science, all the way to matric?
Well, I suppose it's a multiplicity of challenges. The Minister of Basic Education would be, of course, be in a much better position to explain these things. But we are working together to try and support the issue of teaching of maths and science, because that's our pipeline. If we don't get those learners through, whatever we are trying to do to promote science will be compromised. We are aware of, for instance, that more than 60% of our schools do not have laboratories or libraries for that matter. And that's an issue that needs to be addressed. We have a made engagement with the Minister of Basic Education, but also we are engaging as we go around, looking at what is it that we can do to respond quicker to this challenge, especially in these new days of technology. Of course, technology can't replace real laboratories, but one of the things that is being done by one of our entities is to look at virtual laboratories.
Virtual laboratories are a great idea, right? And they could assist, because there are learners who have never seen, say, a Bunsen burner, and they've only ever seen it on a textbook, and this could be creating the gap. But do you think the virtual reality is the answer for this, or should we encourage the Department of Basic Education, or maybe even your department, to also invest in these laboratories?
Well, we're looking at a multiplicity of solutions. Virtual laboratories is one, where you have real-like laboratory, but of course it's not here real, but we are looking at it virtually, and maybe even someone assisting the learners, explaining what this is, and then they've got visuals, of what a test tube looks like, of what particular chemicals look like, and so on. But obviously this has got to be combined with mobile laboratories. That's another solution. A bit more expensive, but if in a particular rural area we have got a truck that is a laboratory that visits schools on separate days, it's much better than actually not having anything. Because ideally every school that has got science programs must have laboratories. But we are still far from there. So we need to look at all possibilities of what can actually be done. I even suppose with artificial intelligence, we can actually be able to produce real-time or real-life laboratories that at least can improve. So that when we also encourage teachers, we are not saying do something out of nothing. I know many of our teachers, by the way. They do a lot out of nothing and produce good results. But of course, as government, we have to support our schooling system, our universities, our science system with the necessary tools that are actually needed. But what we are emphasizing here for now in the National Science Week is that to the learners and the teachers, don't be discouraged by those. Those who have talent, let's pull them so that we are able to have these youngsters joining science programs in numbers if possible.
Thank you so much, Minister. There you have it. That is the Minister wrapping up the launch of the National Science Week, really reiterating the opportunities that exist and how the departments in basic education can, both departments can assist in ensuring that these opportunities are available.